Won't you come out and play with me? Step by step, heart to heart, left, right, left, we all fall down like toy soldiers. Icky thump. Sorry, I didn't know anyone was watching. Sorry about that. I'm listening to Martika. Martika! Am I a bit wonky? Well, I'm a bit bent. My tripod's on the lean. This is just a little impromptu addition to the video you're about to see that I recorded a while ago. It's heavily edited, the video I recorded a while ago. It went on for 50 odd minutes. I thought, you're not going to watch that. So I'm actually recording this on the day you're seeing it. What day are we on? Hang on, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. Saturday is Tiswas Day. Well, it wasn't for me. No. Didn't watch Tiswas. Oh, too posh for Tiswas. It was Swap Shop all the way for me, not Tiswas. It was Swap Shop and Blue Peter in our house, not Tiswas and Magpie. What is the date? It's the 2nd of March. Crikey, March. The 2nd of March in the year of our Lord 2024. It's a leap year, so we had an extra day, didn't we, in February. Anyway, I've got to thank a very kind viewer for choosing this for my Amazon wishlist. This is Martika. Her most famous song, her biggest hit, was Toy Soldiers. If you haven't heard Toy Soldiers, it is on YouTube for you to listen to. I can't play you any of it because I'll not earn a single shekel from this video. The video I made, it's still down here, of this Hitachi doodah where I played a tiny snippet of some Erasure and Clifford T. Ward. Obviously, whoever owns the Erasure and Clifford T. Ward catalogue took any money I'd ever make from that video. So I can have the video up just by playing a few seconds. So I can't play you any of this, but I'm sure you can listen to most of this online. So let me just read the thank you note and then we'll have a bit of a chat, and then you'll see a video following this little segment that I recorded a while ago about my CD collection. This is a gift from Abby and Anth. Thank goodness I'm not the only one who hasn't moved away from CDs despite being only 29. I love the song Toy Soldiers, hence why I've picked this for your gift. Thank you for being you and bringing us joy, from Abby and Anth. Thank you very much, Abby and Anth, for my lovely Martika. I will be listening to it properly. I've only just unwrapped it, so I was saving it up. And I'm going to do what I used to do when I first got CDs, or well, when I first started buying my own music, it was on cassette. But you'd save up your pocket money, or you'd get a cassette for Christmas or birthday. And what I'd normally do, I'd retire into my room, put my headphones on, probably in mono. I had quite a basic stereo. Well, it wasn't even stereo. Whatever I listened to, it was very basic. But I'd normally have the headphones on, and if the lyrics were provided, I would read the lyrics along while listening to the music, and that's the way I can really get into it. And that's an art we've lost, I think, in this streaming age. So you'll see from the video coming up in this video that I decided to buy a hi-fi, a proper big boy hi-fi, including a record player and some decent speakers, because I wanted to get that back. I wanted to get the feeling back of enjoying music rather than just streaming it and having it on in the background. I wanted to make it more of an experience like it used to be. So I do have this Martika CD somewhere. Well, this is a deluxe version, you see, and I have been buying other deluxe versions, adding to my collection. This is the latest one I bought, a deluxe version, Erasure. and I've recently bought another. But these are sort of double CDs, so they've got the normal album, possibly remastered, but a whole heap of remixes on a second CD. And inside this there's also a little booklet with the lyrics, but it also tells you a bit about how the album was made. So I'm sort of buying, rebuying some of the albums I've got, but in deluxe form. But also I'm getting some vinyl as well, because there's some artists, the latest artists that I've discovered, Clifford T. Ward, some of his stuff isn't on CD. There's a couple of his albums I think you can only get on vinyl. So I did get a record player to go, not an expensive one, it's a Project something or other. It's a decent one, but wasn't, not hugely expensive. So yeah, I'm listening to music. I can stream. I do have a streamer in this hi-fi setup. There is a streamer, so I can stream online as well. But nothing beats actually putting the physical media in the CD player, pressing the button, letting the CD slide in, and just sort of being in the moment with the music rather than just having it on in the background. The video you're going to see shows my CD collection after I sorted it out, and I've now got it stored in these long sort of see-through bags under my bed so I can access them. It's still not ideal, but previously they were in the loft space in my bedroom, which involved me climbing or squeezing through a gap. I mean, I've lost a bit of weight now, it will be easier, but it's still a very tight squeeze where I'd put them, because they were in boxes, because I didn't need them. I hadn't been using CDs for a while. I mean, I went to an iPod and everything was listened to via an iPod, and then on my Apple iPod Hi-Fi and stuff, and then streaming came along, and I thought, well, I don't want to get rid of the CDs, but I don't need them out. But as I said, I'm rediscovering physical media. There's loads of people on YouTube saying why they like physical media, and it's because it's yours. It's physically yours. It's something you can hold in your hand and say, that's mine, that's my music forever, as long as I can still play it, as long as we've got a power supply and I've still got equipment, I can listen to this whenever I want to. And if the internet goes down, I've still got my music. But yes, so I was a cassette boy really growing up. I had the odd record. The first record I remember buying was from the Grease soundtrack, and it wasn't the ones you'd expect. It was actually the Grease theme tune. The Grease is the word that you heard. It's got groove, it's got meaning. That one. But of course I did like Hopelessly Devoted to You, So that's the first one I remember anyway. But yes, I did get, it's mainly cassettes. It was just the easiest format for somebody of my generation really to listen to. You had the hiss, of course, of cassette. And then when CD came along, it was like, wow. When I first got my first CD player, and I'll find a picture of it, I think this is the first CD player I owned. I know it was a Philips one. Didn't have remote. I had to buy a separate remote that plugged into the back. This pyramid shaped thing that you plugged into the back of the CD player and you got a remote. So I had that with an amp that I might have inherited from my dad, or a hand-me-down from my dad, an amplifier, and had a couple of little speakers. And that was my first foray into the world of CD. And my music tastes grew a lot when I got CD. I was just listening to ABBA. That was it. Then Barbara Dickson came in. So it's just Barbara Dickson, ABBA. And then as soon as the CD player was in my hands, I thought, let's try some new stuff, because it was new, it was revolutionary. The sound quality was fantastic compared to cassette, no hiss, and you could just skip back, no sort of pressing fast forward and rewind and waiting for the bit of tape you wanted to listen to, the track you wanted to listen to. The more sophisticated cassette decks would have a search feature, so you just press a button once and it would fast forward to the next track and then play it. And I often used to play my dad's better equipment that he had in the living room, his CD player. Well, no, his cassette player. He did get a CD player in the early days until my mum found out about it. And then it had to go back, I think. But I've got some records as well. Do you want to see them? Yes, I got some. Well, I've got about 30 records. Some are fairly new, like these ABBA picture discs that I'm not planning on playing. Oh, that's Clifford. That's my favourite picture. He's a bit sour-faced, is Clifford. I don't know why. This is a lovely smiley picture. You see of Clifford. That's before I managed to get this on CD. So I've got all my Clifford CDs that I managed to get down here. But I recently bought a load of Barbara Dickson albums. Now, I follow Barbara Dickson, of course, on her social media, on her Facebook, and I watch her, look at her website. So she sells odd things on, things are put up for sale on her website, and she or whoever handles her social media puts it up, So they were selling a few things, some signed photos, some albums, some vinyl singles, and some tour programs. So I decided I'd buy all the albums that she had for sale. I think I paid about £47 for about 17 albums. So, this was one of her breakthrough albums, the Barbara Dickson album. That includes the hit January, February. And was there another hit from this on here? I'm not sure. But that's one. And then, You Know It's Me. Oh, that's just a single. That's what a lot of people will know Barbara Dickson for. The duet with Elaine Page. I know him so well. Of course, I've got most of these on CD, The Right Moment. I bought them when they were released. The Barbara Dickson album in her sort of lesbian phase there. Well, I don't think she was always a lesbian, but she had a phase of wearing a suit and tie, like Victoria Wood did, if you remember, in the early Victoria Woods. She would sometimes come on in a suit with a tie. So I bought all these. I haven't obviously listened to them all. I mean, most of them I do have on CD, obviously. That I have on cassette. I remember buying that in Croydon back in the 80s, early 80s, well, sort of mid 80s. That's another, she sang some Beatles song. That's an early album, Answer Me, and another early one, Morning Comes Quickly. And that's another early album. Oh, I got two Morning Come Quicklies, I don't know why. And that's when she did Blood Brothers. She played Mrs. Johnson in Blood Brothers. And that is my all-time favourite Barbara Dickson album, Sweet Oasis, which they released on CD a few years ago after a long wait. So I was really happy to get that. I've got some more albums over. They're out of shot, but, this is one Clifford T. Ward album you can't at the moment buy on CD, unfortunately, New England Days. So, yes, I managed to amass a bit of a Clifford T. Ward. I've got a few more coming on eBay, from eBay. Not coming on eBay, coming from eBay. But I've still got a few to get. This isn't even this is someone else singing Clifford T. Ward songs. A lot of these are sort of compilations, bittersweet. This is a very basic recording of him singing to some children at Lee Castle Hospital School in 1968. He's doing some Beatles songs, and he's doing Living Doll, Yellow Submarine, If I Had a Hammer, Puff the Magic Dragon. So that's a sort of a old recording. That one is quite rare on CD. And then, of course, we've got the album that I managed to get on CD. Some more rarities. Some Doodah. I think that was his first proper album, singer-songwriter. It includes a song called Coat Hanger, and the lyric goes, if I were your coat hanger, I'd be hung on you. If you tried to break my neck, we're through. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think, yeah, if somebody did try to break your neck, you wouldn't really want to snuggle up to them. That was his sort of most popular album, Home Thoughts, which is how I discovered Clifford, through the song Home Thoughts from Abroad. Look up Clifford, you know, he's very good. And this is sometime next year. I did buy that on album until I found it on CD. And there's another Hidden Treasures. I've got about 3 or 4 on their way to me from eBay. Still missing a couple. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video when you see me going through some of my CDs. And again, a big thank you to Abby and Anth for my Martika CD. I'll be enjoying that in a moment. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now. Mwah. Well, that took a long time, and I've only just roughly sorted out my collection. All the CDs I've got multiples of, you know, obviously I like a particular artist. I've put them in this area here. Some there's only a couple of, but most, you know, there's 3, 4. In the case of, I think, Barbara Dixon, there's probably 40 odd. ABBA 20 odd. And, you know, there's some others here that obviously I like the artist enough to buy several of their albums. That's my Barbara Dixon pile. So as you can see, I've bought everything I can buy from Barbara Dixon. There are some duplicates in there. When she brought out some limited, very limited editions, I bought 2 of each. So I had one to play and one to keep, just in case. And then Erasure was obviously quite popular with me. That's a fairly high pile. Then Christa Berg. Then ABBA, which is much less than I thought. I have a feeling, I don't know if I'm missing a box, because I don't know where it would be, but there's some CDs I'm thinking, I'm sure I had more than this. But anyway, Aha, Enya, Trisha Yearwood, Josh Groban, Beth Nielsen Chapman. Oh, and here comes Daisy May. Daisy, can you get through? Hang on. Let's move that box. There's nowhere for you to go, darling. That's it. Walk all over. Walk all over my CDs. Eh? Well, I can't even put you on the bed because it's full of boxes. Oh, you pretty. You smell. She's just had her midday chew, haven't you? And you finished that. Oh, you finished it. Molly, I don't know what Molly's doing. I don't know where you're going to sit. Just sit next to me. Oh, dearie me. Some of these CDs will be amongst the very first CDs I bought back in the day when I got my very first, I'm sure it was a Philips CD player, the Aha ones. I mean, these are the first editions, Scoundrel Days. So I think one of my first Aha CD would have been their first album, Hunting High and Low. And I think, if I'm correct, it's the days when they used to tell you about the CD, the media, because it was new, and it well, it says here, the music on this compact digital disc was originally recorded on analog equipment. We have attempted to preserve as closely as possible the sound of the original recording. Because of its high resolution, however, the compact disc can reveal limitations of the source tape. So this, if it was marked, it would have been marked back in the day it could have been AAD or ADD. A is the original master, that means it's analog master. And then if it was mixed using analog, then it would be A. And then the last has to be D for the digital disc. Some of the sort of classical CDs at the time, and a few pop ones, were actually marked DDD, which meant they were digitally recorded, digitally mastered, and obviously the final phase digital to put them onto to a disc. That's one of my early, when I had a CD collection of about 9 or 10, that would have been in that collection, as would have some of the ABBA, and definitely Christa Berg would have been amongst that. Barbara Dixon, I expect. I'm trying to see if there's any other artists that would have been there in the early days. Not so much. Tina Turner, I think, yeah, some Tina Turner ones that were quite... I think that one, Break Every Rule, I think that's the first Tina Turner disc I bought. 1986. Oh, that's a DDD. So that'll probably sound pretty good with my new CD player. So that's a fully digital disc. And Christy Berg, I've got a Christy Berg one. Definitely, that's a DDD. And I did find it did have a better sound quality. Here it is. There may be more. But this is his Man on the Line CD. And that's definitely... Yeah, that's a DDD. That's A&M Records. I wonder if Tina Turner was A&M. Oh, that's Capitol. I've got some more piles of CDs here that I don't have enough of. You know, they're in piles of... they're in alphabetical piles, starting with A here, which is About Time soundtrack CD from the film About Time. Ace of Base, A Touch of Class, or ATC, they used to be called. Aqua, here's an old one. The Best of BBC TV Themes. It's got things like EastEnders, The Singing Detective, Dallas, Howard's Way, Bergerac, Knots Landing, Life and Loves of a She-Devil. Do you like that one, Daisy? Don't walk all over my discs, please. Oh, Daisy, it's not steps. No, get away. You're always doing this. Get off. Oh, now I've upset me piles, look. Ouch. Blimey. I've upset me H's. So, yeah, I think I'm keeping most of these. My latest find is Clifford T. Ward. I've only got 2 of his CDs at the moment. I've just won another one on eBay and I'm watching another, so I'll have 4. I can listen to most of his stuff on YouTube. So he's fantastic. I do like Clifford. He was in the W pile. There we are. And I've got various soundtracks. I've got soundtrack to the movie Nell. I had a big, huge crush on Liam Neeson back in the day. Absolutely adored him. I bought everything he was in, bought all his films, bought an autobiography. I don't know why, but I don't have that crush anymore, but I did. It was a proper crush. It wasn't just a lust thing. I absolutely wanted to be his wife, you know, that sort of crush. I've been playing this. Do you remember Adam Rickett? I believe he played Nicky Tilsley, was it? In Coronation Street. I think he was the second Nicky Tilsley. If you remember the very first young Nicky Tilsley, what a fabulous actor he was. I don't know what he went on to do. And then I believe Adam Rickett was the second one, and did he marry Leanne Battersby or something? I don't know. I haven't watched Coronation Street for many years. Anyway, he did this album, which is surprisingly good. It's very camp, very gay. Obviously after the Nancy Boy Market, and I fell for it. It's quite a good album. You might be able to hear that on YouTube Music. Look up Adam Rickett. It's a very boppy, poppy sort of club. I don't know what it is, but anyway, I saw that and thought, oh, I'll pop that on. I'll pop that in the player and give that a listen to. I wonder if there's anything else of any interest really to show you. It's all pretty middle of the road, nothing too exciting. Deacon Blue, yes. Oh, Aaron Tippin. Let's find the another country music star that, whoa. Just my cup of chamomile. He's as straight as a die, apparently, but yeah, I've got quite a few of his albums. A bit of Smiths, you know, of course, and Scooch, sort of Poundland Steps, but I like Scooch, and they were in the Eurovision a few years back. Have I got, yeah, there we go, singing that song. It's got some Simple Minds, a couple. Yeah, I'm definitely missing a box. What on earth has happened to it? Because I've got more than this in the Talk albums. I've got at least 5. So I haven't. What's happened to the box? Oh, that I knew I had more than this. Simple Minds. I've got Alison Moyet, like Alison Moyet. I think that's my favourite album of hers, Rain Dancing. But I've got, her Alf. That was a popular album. Essex. Quite a few Brian Kennedys. We saw Brian Kennedy live years and years ago in Leeds. I don't know if we knew at the time he was a Nancy boy. Yes, he's a pufter, is Brian. Yes, we went to some working man's club in Leeds. I know it's called the Irish Centre. I don't think it's there anymore. It was quite an intimate sort of venue. We were sat at tables and he was sort of singing amongst us, and there was a few women wanting to throw their knickers at him, and I thought, you're barking up the wrong tree there, love. He's more likely to be persuaded by my wife once. But I didn't bother taking them off and throwing them. So yes, it's all pretty much middle of the road stuff. It's nothing exciting. There may be a few surprises. I've got the pile so far of what I'm definitely getting rid of, and it didn't take me long to get these. So they might go to charity. I might sell some of these as job lots. Oh, look at Daisy. Can you see she's resting on Tim McGraw? Tim McGraw, another new country artiste. He's married to... Who's he married to? Is it Trisha Yearwood? Oh, no, I don't know. He's married to somebody anyway. Another country music person. So yeah, so that's the first. And I will be thinning out, I think, some of these. I might play them again and see if they grow on me. But I'll be thinning out some of these. Christerberg, Barbara Dixon, Erasure, ABBA, Aha, Enya, Beth Nielsen Chapman. All those are staying, definitely, all of their stuff. And Jette Volkskog. But there may be some that after another listen I'll decide, I'll get rid. But, yep, that's it for now. But I'm definitely missing a box, and I've no idea where it could be, because I've got at least 2 more Talk albums, definitely, and I could only find 1 Hue and Cry album, and I know I've got more than 1 Hue and Cry album, so I've no idea. I'm sure I'm going to find a box somewhere, but I couldn't say where it is at the moment. So it's gonna... I'll probably have to sort all this out again, because once all this is gone in these bags, once I've sorted everything out properly and start putting them away, I'm sure I'm going to come across another box or 2 of CDs, because when I got all these out I thought, I've had more than this. So where? I've no idea, because I thought all these were in the same place, and I got them from where they were in the loft, and I'm getting a bit too fat now, and I thought if I don't get those out where they are, I'm never going to be able to retrieve them, because they were in a very tight space in the loft, and it meant me squeezing through a very narrow gap, really small gap, to pull these boxes out. I mean, the gap, these are some of the type of boxes they were in. The gap wasn't much bigger than that box, and can you imagine me get my belly, and then I sort of got into the area, and then it opened out a bit. But it's very claustrophobic. I'm not normally claustrophobic, but I felt very claustrophobic. I've even got some cassettes. I need to keep for nostalgic reasons. I won't get rid of these. This is my very first Barbara Dixon cassette that I bought. It was advertised on TV, K-Tel. I remember buying it with some extra money I had. I bought it in Crawley in West Sussex. I distinctly remember. And my mum and dad, before I parted my money, they said, are you sure? Because I only listened to ABBA before Barbara. I said, oh yes, I like the sound of the because it was advertised on TV, and I liked the sound of the songs that were on the TV ad. And my dad popped it into his cassette player in his Peugeot. I think he had the Peugeot estate then. And I was sitting right at the back, starting to listen to it and thinking, yeah, I like this. And then, of course, when I got home, put it into my little cassette player and played it. You can't get... I don't know why I bought that. Oh, look, it's one that I was going to try and sell at the car boot for 50p. Marty Kane, bless her heart. Look up Marty Kane if you don't know who she is. I think she was like a bit... I think Jane McDonald is a bit Marty Kane-esque. More sort of vintage Babs. Got that on CD now. I've got that on... No, I don't think I've got that on CD, that particular one. Yes, I've got some other cassettes somewhere. But that'll do for now. I'm absolutely... Yeah, I'm at a loss to think where my other Talk CDs are, because if I look on my other pile, this is the rest of my teas I don't have a huge amount of. I've got Toto. I don't know what that's about. The Thorns. I don't know why I bought that. I'll have to listen to that. That might be going. Shania Twain, the Ruth Trimble, which I have definitely got 2 of them. More Shania, bit of Bonnie Tyler. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've only got 1 Bonnie Tyler. But yeah, I just don't know what's happened to the other Talks. And have I don't know. I think I've got... I don't know if I've got more Smiths than that. So that has got me a bit puzzled. Anyway, that's it. That's some of my collection. I think it's most of them, but yeah, I am missing some. So this is what the sort of music I enjoy. Not just ABBA and Barbara Dixon, but it's all pretty middle of the road. There's nothing edgy, there's nothing too dark. It's mainly pop, it's mainly uplifting stuff. I don't watch horror films, I don't like dramas really. I like to be uplifted with my entertainment, so I like pop music, songs I can sing along to, songs I can bop around the house to. And in my DVDs, it's mainly comedy, because I just like to put something on and laugh and have a good time. I do like a few sort of historical dramas. Oh, look, I've got a loose CD. Oh, look, the Smiths, The World Won't Listen. Oh, crikey, that's interesting. Look at that. This was, to finish the video, which is far too long, as all my videos are. This was a new design. I've only got about 10 of them, I think, and they're randomly mixed into my collection. This was someone designed this new CD jewel case, which is far better, because with a regular one, they're so annoying, aren't they? Well, that's pretty old, but with some of them, they're really hard. I mean, that's so old, it's easy to get out of. But the newer ones, the middle part can be, you can be sort of really having difficulty getting the CDs out. So someone invented these, and I can't, does it say on it? Shape CD 2001. So with these, you pop the CD in like that, and you close it, so it holds the CD securely, and that when you open it, it lifts the CD out, unlocks it. You see that blue thing? When it's closed, that locks the CD in place, and you just lift it out. It obviously didn't catch on. These might be worth a fortune. I'll have to look it up. But they weren't available for long, and they were a lot, you know, obviously they would cost more money to replace all your standard ones with that. But that's really good. I'll have to look that up, see what happened. But much easier and simpler way to get the CDs out of the jewel case. Okie dokie, that's it, folks. Hope you've enjoyed having a look at my CD collection, and I'll see you all very soon for another video. Bye for now.